Hey guys, so I finally wired up and finalized my guitar pedal board for the next batch of Shumaun shows, and I wanted to walk you guys through it. So first of all, I've got my guitar. This is what I would say is my main guitar. It's in standard tuning. It's the Ibanez. That is going directly into the Shure wireless system here, which I also have set as a tuner. So, when I push the tuner button, it will mute the signal and I can tune my guitar, which is awesome. That is going into a Hotone volume pedal / wah pedal. So it kind of serves the purpose of both, depending on how I have it clicked. And as you can see, as I rock it back and forth, the blue LED lights kind of follow the rocking motion, which is pretty awesome. So the focal point of the rig is this MS3 by Boss that's getting controlled by the FS7. So this is just controlling my banks going up and down. So I'm currently using just 2 banks, 4 patches in each. And so the effects that I'm using on the MS3 are basically all the, effects that I would use before the amp. So a little bit of compression and some limiting, really, not that much more. I do use delay for one of the patches, but mainly my post effects are coming from the Fractal unit here, the VP4. That is going into one of the loops, that's loop 3 on the MS3, and it's also being controlled via MIDI by the MS3 as well. So I have access to all the, the various patches that I have for the patches below here. So, when I step 1, it's changing the patches on the VP4, which is pretty cool. So they kind of work in conjunction with one another. All of these effects are going into the effects loop of my Mesa JP2C. And so I also have this mini tube screamer in loop 1 of the MS3, and I only have it engaged for my main rhythm sound to clean up some of the low end flub. It's not being used in my leads or anything else. I might have it actually in one of my crunch channels as well. That's on the clean channel of the Mesa. And then I've got a decimator noise reduction pedal that is also wired directly to the effects loop of the JP2C to kind of clean up the noise. I do have this VE500 as well. That's not guitar related at all. It's actually strictly for vocals. And as you can imagine, a lot of the venues that we play, the vocal mic is just kind of plugged directly into the board with no effects. It's completely dry. So I kind of like my voice to have a little bit of reverb and delay or echo from time to time. So that is my rig in a nutshell. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of walk you through my effects and my patches. There isn't that many. So I've got channel 1 of the MS3, and that's my main clean sound. That's just... And that has some flange, some chorus, delay, and reverb. So I've got the VP4 set up in scenes being controlled by the MS3, but as I'm changing patches, the VP4 is displaying everything in effects blocks. I've got a little delay, a little bit of reverb, but let's say if I'm playing and I want to shut that off, I could just click off the delay and the reverb. Now it's completely dry. So I can do that with all the effects, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty intuitive as well. So for patch 2, I'm still on the clean channel of the Mesa Boogie, but I've got the VP4 engaged with a little flange and a little reverb, and I also have the tube screamer on, but it's at the lowest setting. It gives me a little crunch. So next up, we'll go to my main rhythm sound. And as you can see, I've changed my guitar. This is my drop D guitar, and I'm incorporating the mini tube screamer. That's in loop 1 of the MS3, and I'm on channel 2 of the Mesa. Here is the rhythm sound. And then for the lead channel, which is preset number 4 on bank 1, all I've got from the VP4 is some delay, and I have a slight amount of compression on the MS3, and that's basically it. And that's what this sounds like. And then on bank 2, patch 1, I have an acoustic guitar simulator. And on the VP4, I've got some delay, chorus, reverb, and some EQ. And then for bank 2, I've got, basically it's a patch that I use specifically for the song Anxiety and Daydreams, and it's for the tapping part, and I just have the pickup on the neck pickup, and it's the... That's the only song I use it for. And then patch 3 is the same as patch 3 on bank 1. Patch 4 is a lead with a ton of delay and reverb that I like to use for like volume swells and things like that. So it'd be like... echoes out, reverbs out. And those are all the patches that I use. So yeah, there we go.